We had an amazing opportunity to turn North Carolina into the great agribusiness state that it was once before.
And we believe in the future of this crop across this nation. It's time for us to quit importing from Canada and China and release this seed for our farmers. And when we have a product that can give us food, fiber, fuel, and it's good for our health, why hasn't this seed been released for all farmers across the nation?
I analogize hemp right now in the evolving law and evolving business as being sort of like Silicon Valley in the 90s. And so a lot of calls I get will say, hey Ron, I want to get a license. And so how many acres can I farm? Or what are the CBD rules in North Carolina? There are none. Hemp is legal sort of in the abstract. There are no licenses that are being available right now. We don't know what those rules are going to be.
I realize that the single greatest thing that we can do to move towards a sustainable future is bring hemp back to America.
The real reason I'm here is because of my friends Rick and Coach Freddie and their hemp road trip. So I'd like to give a shout out to them for coming out here and driving across the country. Out of so small a seed springs a means of carrying the whole world to and fro. From a simple seed came the means to make the cordage that converted sails and ropes and brought the first explorers to America. Those ships undoubtedly opened up trade and ushered in a new era of mobility for the whole world. Those sails brought our ancestors here.
What are some of the biggest lessons that we can learn from Kentucky?
I think the biggest thing for me is patience and expectation and doing it right. There's still a lot of mistakes to be made, so I would pay attention to what's going on. There's certainly a lot to be learned from Kentucky, from Colorado, from Oregon, and Vermont.
You could buy CBD from China or from overseas, from the Netherlands, and ship it anywhere in the nation. I couldn't, as a Colorado farmer, grow CBD and ship it outside the state lines. So it's absolutely absurd law. Got on the bus, started in Denver, went to Iowa. We're essentially following the presidential primary. So went to Iowa, met with about 7 presidential primary candidates. They're not really concerned about us, they're concerned about getting reelected, right? And if they get phone calls, 10, 20, 30, 100, 1,000, 10,000 phone calls that say we need hemp to be grown back in our states and in our nation, you can bet that law will move forward relatively quickly.